What up? What up? What up? Rec League Podcast, man. Episode number 14. First and foremost, man, I gotta throw out a thousand apologies, man. Anybody that's been eagerly anticipating a new episode, the two of you guys that pay attention and check for new Rec League Podcast episodes, man. It's been about 6 weeks. The last episode was at the end of February, and medical stuff came up, like real life interfered in this podcasting game, and I've had to be away, man. Like, my wife went through some stuff. I ain't gonna go into no details, but I had to be with her, had to make sure she was cool, and then life hit me, man. And since I'm talking about it, I guess I will talk about it and then let you guys know what to expect as far as episode 14. And yo, this is for, like, I want everybody to take this serious. Male, female, no matter how old you are, 21, 31, 41, 61, 191. If you feel pain, if you feel any kind of discomfort, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Go and get that checked out. Because a couple years ago, I felt the pain in my back. And went to a doctor, went to a urologist. And they thought it was something with my bladder. Pills. Couple appointments later, my bladder was empty enough to where it wasn't a problem. I went back last year for something completely different, and they checked my bladder, and it was more full than what it was when they let me go. More pills, a couple appointments, and it's still full. It's even more full than the first time last year. So they put a camera in me. They found a tumor in my bladder, and it was removed. I had a catheter. They came back. It was cancer. And it was low grade, low stage. It was the only treatment I needed was for it to be taken out. I had a catheter. I had to pee in a bag. It was gross. It was uncomfortable. I was miserable. And I mean, it was caught early on to where I have one appointment left, and then I hope I can say that I'm completely out of the woods. But I'm still nervous about this next appointment in a couple days, and we can just hope for the best. So that's where I've been. That's why there hasn't been a new podcast episode over like the past month and a half, and I'm gonna do my best to make it up, man. Like, I'm gonna try to come at y'all every other week now, best I can. Real life gets in the way, man. Real life gets in the way. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through things, and stuff happens. But on this episode, my guy, I'm gonna hit a couple news topics as far as movies. My guy, Nick Goodman, he been on like the last 2 or 3 episodes. He might have been on every episode so far this year. We break down the summer movie release schedule, like really break that down. That's the majority of this episode. And then I didn't know, like my man Roberto, who was on probably like episode 6 or 7 back in October, I asked him to jump on. Like, something came up, so I didn't know if he was gonna be able to make it. So I got my guy Orlando O Pizzle International O. We talk about the NCAA tournament real quick, but Roberto did come through. So he talks about the NHL playoffs. He talks a little about baseball season, and then I drop bars. I basically put everything I just explained to y'all medically in rhyme, and then nothing like, I don't know. Sometimes I regret throwing hip hop as a segment on this show, because nothing real newsworthy happens, man. Like, I don't think, like, Drake was caught eating at a restaurant with some unknown fine female. Like, that's not news to me. Like, I want to talk albums. I want to talk music videos. I want to talk bars. I want to talk hip hop. And it ain't never nothing to talk about. Like, hopefully by the time this next episode come out, like, I can at least talk about like Revenge of the Dreamers 3 or something. But I give my condolences on Nipsey Hussle. Real tragic situation. It sucks. And so I talk about that a little bit. And y'all know I've tried to be consistent while I haven't been doing shows. I've tried to be consistent with the poll questions. I'm gonna give you the most recent two that I did. End of March, beginning of April. So, what was your favorite March release? Greta, Medea Family Funeral, Captain Marvel, Captive State, 5 Feet Apart, Wonder Park, Us, Dumbo. I hashtagged, and the choices were Captain Marvel, 5 Feet Apart, Us, and Dumbo. And I don't know if y'all can believe it, because I really can't. 5 Feet Apart won this poll with 41%. Captain Marvel was second with 29. Us had 24. Dumbo has 6. And which April release are you most looking forward to? Like, this was a moot point. I did it just because the calendar changed. Hold up, before I go into April, I think this March poll had a comment or two. Maybe. Well, Twitter is tripping and I can't bring it up. There we go. At Ida Cyan. I know I mispronounced that. That's my bad. IDE_CYAN said Captive State and Captain Marvel. Okay, now going to April. Which April release are you most looking forward to? I hashtagged The Best of Enemies, Pet Sematary, Shazam, After, Hellboy, Little, Missing Link, Breakthrough, La Llorona. I don't even know how to pronounce that movie. And then Avengers Endgame. Twitter gets real cool with the movie hashtag with the special hashtags. Shazam's disappeared this weekend. Like, okay, the movie's out. They got rid of the hashtag. Twitter got rid of that Shazam hashtag so fast. My choices were Shazam, Hellboy, Missing Link, and Avengers. Obviously, like I said, it's a moot point. Obviously, Avengers won with 73%. That's my pick. That's everybody's pick. Shazam got 15. Missing Link got 9. Hellboy got 3. Y'all sleeping on Hellboy. And man, like I've been monitoring the the feedback I get, the views and the listens and the streams and all of that, man. Like YouTube, like I appreciate y'all on YouTube. YouTube is giving me consistent numbers every episode. Like I ain't even miss a week, man. Miss a Sunday, Monday. But man, you guys on Anchor, on the audio only, on Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, man. Like spread the word, please. The show don't float without y'all. Like, please hook up them streams, share the show, tell your friends, spread the word. Like, please, let's get some listens on the audio only, man. I appreciate that, man, because it's Rec League Podcast. We the Walmart of podcasts, man. We're not your first choice, but we got a little bit of everything. And when I come back, we gonna talk about that movie news, man. Yeah, man. So you guys know how I do it. Rec League Podcast, man. To start off the movie segment, I like to talk about recent releases theatrically, home video, home disc, home whatever Blu-ray and DVD is now, man. Whatever home format you prefer. And I'll go theatrically. Recently, I can't cover everything. I don't want to cover all of March, but so just over the past couple weeks. Dumbo came out. Tim Burton directed the live-action Dumbo. Us by Jordan Peele came out the week before that. Recently, this past weekend, Shazam came out. Pet Sematary came out, the remake, and The Best of Enemies, Taraji P. Henson and another racist Sam Rockwell character. Next weekend, Hellboy comes out. Missing Link comes out. Little comes out. And then I think After comes out. And then the weekend that I'll do the next episode, I get the next Conjuring movie or whatever. I think they're trying to retcon this movie into that universe. Like the Curse of the Witch Lady is what I call it. Like La Bamba, La Llorona, La Macaroni, or whatever it's called. I'm not gonna watch it. So I don't care what it's called, honestly. I've rambled off. I've reviewed Us, Dumbo, and Shazam. Those are on the Randy Little YouTube channel. Check those out, man. I want to see Hellboy. I want to see Missing Link before Avengers comes out. And then recently on Blu-ray, Into the Spider-Verse came out. Mortal Engines came out. Aquaman came out. Multiplicity got upgraded. It's like manufactured on demand, but hey, you know, like beggars can't be choosers, man. Multiplicity is on Blu-ray. Bumblebee, The Mule, If Beale Street Could Talk, Vice, those are all on Blu-ray. Holmes and Watson and Welcome to Marwin are about to come out. Glass, and then Justice League versus the Fatal Five are about to come out. I'm gonna review that Justice League as soon as I can. And then so once again, like, I can't go through a whole month's worth of movie topics, so everything I can think of off the top of my head is basically like all DC related. Like, James Gunn is gonna direct The Suicide Squad, which isn't a reboot, which isn't a sequel. It's just, I guess it's just its own movie, but there are returning actors. Like, as far as I know, Margot Robbie's coming back. Captain Boomerang. What's his name? Jai Courtney is coming back. Will Smith is not coming back. And then they said, somebody announced that Idris Elba was cast as Deadshot. It come out a couple days ago that Idris Elba is going to be a new character. I think it would be real dope if he was Bronze Tiger. And then Dave Bautista, directed by James Gunn. You know Dave Bautista is going to be in the movie. I would hope that he would be Bane, but apparently he's going to be like some completely different, unheard of character. Like, only if you've read like every single issue of every single comic that do you know like all these characters. Like, what they listed the roster. I read the list of the characters that he wants to use for his Suicide Squad movie, and there are some, like, Harley Quinn aside, there are some obscure characters. Like, King Shark is in there, and I think that's very dope. But there are some obscure characters in this movie. I think Viola Davis is coming back as Amanda Waller. I think I already said that. But yeah, I'm excited to see who all gets cast, honestly. And then Disney announced, I think my very first Rec League podcast episode back in last July is when he got fired from Guardians 3. Disney announced that James Gunn will direct Guardians 3 after he's done with the Suicide Squad. I think that is very dope because, man, honestly, man, there is not one other director. You can Taika Waititi, you can Adam McKay, you can Edgar Wright, list whatever obscure, quirky director you want, man. Guardians of the Galaxy is not Guardians of the Galaxy without James Gunn, and that's all there is to it. So I assume for Comic-Con they're gonna announce the Phase 4 release schedule, and I would guess Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is probably gonna come out May of 2022. It's just a guess, don't hold me to it, because I mean, obviously I have no inside information. And then the other news topic I can think of is that the Eternals is starting to, like, you know, leak casting rumors. I haven't seen anything official, and I don't know anything about the Eternals. Hercules is a character, I guess. Angelina Jolie is supposedly rumored to have a part, and like, I don't see her sticking around for like a whole phase or a whole series, so she might be a villain. I have no idea who she'd be cast as, because like I said, I don't know anything about these characters. And then Kumail Nanjiani is also rumored to be in this movie. And man, it's Marvel, man. Like, I have no idea what to expect after Thanos, besides Spider-Man Far From Home. And it's just like I'm down for whatever. Is however grounded they want to get Shang-Chi, Shang-Chin, whatever his name is, Black Widow, which will obviously be a prequel. I'm down for it, man. Like, Marvel has my money. Like, it doesn't matter what they put out. So I'm gonna flip this real quick. We're gonna bring in my dude Nick Goodman, and we're gonna give you guys a lengthy summer movie preview. Okay, now we're gonna do this summer movie preview that I told y'all was happening at the beginning of the episode. I got my guy Reckley Regular at the Nick Goodman, whatever social media platform. Summer, like in my opinion, and I think most movie nerds consider the summer movie season the first weekend in May to like Labor Day weekend, right? And Marvel and Disney has kind of taken it upon themselves. Like, no, summer movies start this year and last year, the last weekend in April. But I mean, of course, everybody wants to see Endgame. Like, why even talk about Endgame? And then
that's the kickoff movie. Like, there's one kickoff movie. And, like, they could do that in February, and it was like, well, that's the summer movie right there.
Yeah, like the most anticipated movie this summer had to be the first weekend of summer. But yeah, like thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no, maybe. I'm just gonna run off every weekend, and then we'll talk about our most anticipated a little bit. Yeah, it's hard for us, but we'll try not to get off topic.
That won't happen.
Right. So, May 3rd, there's The Intruder. That's the Dennis Quaid, Michael Ealy, Megan Good movie. Long Shot, Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron, and then Ugly Dolls. I think that weekend, I'm only going to watch Long Shot.
I'm definitely going to see Long Shot. I might go see The Intruder. It looks okay.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself seeing Ugly Dolls. Unless there's like a new trailer that just like, wow. That is the must-see follow-up to Endgame.
Right.
Ugly Dolls.
And then,
that's like the hangover weekend. It's like
yeah. We're gonna get a little off topic, but Rec League podcast, we not professionals. Didn't like the first weekend in May last year feel weird?
Yeah, it was like Overboard or like Life of the Party or something like that.
There was no like big movie to start May last year, and it was just weird. Like Infinity War was already out. And it's like, what do I do this weekend?
Yeah, well, because they pushed it back, and I think those movies, it was like, and I could be wrong, I don't remember, but I think they both got like pushed back a week or something like that. Like
when Avengers moved, everybody rushed to fill that weekend and get away from Avengers.
It reminded me of like the movie Walk Hard, where it was like, well, Elvis wants to get here, he's hungry, so you're, and it's just Melissa McCarthy, like, oh, so I'm kicking off summer. Iron Man wants to leave in April.
Right.
But yeah, that's looking like that's kind of how it's going to be again this year.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I don't know. Seth Rogen can still sell tickets.
Yeah, like that movie's going to do fine. And like I said, that's like the one that we can I'm definitely going to go see that.
It'll be an entertaining number 2 that weekend.
Yeah.
So, May 10th, we got Detective Pikachu, the Ryan Reynolds Pokemon. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but I'm intrigued. And then
everything about Pokemon. Like, I don't want to brag. Like,
I have all the trading cards.
I don't want to brag, but it's weird that movie is real to me. Like,
right.
Every time I see a trailer for it, I'm like,
and it's live action.
They did it. Like, they did this, and this is how they did it. But like, 10 out of 10, I'm gonna go see it. I don't have like high hopes.
Yeah.
I don't even really have middle hopes. Like, I'm definitely seeing Detective Pikachu day one.
And who's the kid? Justice Smith from Jurassic World?
The kid from Jurassic World. And like,
who was okay in Jurassic World, a little annoying.
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't, to my knowledge, he's not playing Ash, who's like the lead dude in Pokemon. And like, there's other people in it, and I'm like, I don't know the story. Like, I don't even know if Detective Pikachu is its own established thing outside of it. But like, I don't know, just something about it. I'm like, I can't believe they actually like
greenlit this movie.
And like, every time, like, to be fair, like when I see the trailers or whatever, like I saw Shazam a couple weeks ago, and they only played 2 trailers in front of it. They played that and Godzilla. Okay. And like, that was the first time I think I saw it in the theater, and like, it looks insane. Like, seeing like Mewtwo and all these other people, I was like, wow, I can't believe this is real. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, it just looks ridiculous.
Right. Is it?
Can't believe it's happening.
The other maybe for me, like I might not go to the movies this weekend. It really just depends on how I feel. You got The Hustle with Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway's, like, a female Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
I'll probably see that. Like I'm sitting here, like I shake my head, like yeah, I'm most likely gonna see that because like it looks fine.
Yeah,
like Hathaway has me.
Yeah, I could see one movie this weekend, 2 movies this weekend, or just not go at all.
Yeah. It's like that might be the take it, like the Sia in game again.
Yeah, yep, like, exactly.
I'll most likely see that too. Like it's tough for me because I end up seeing everything.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted you to break down the summer with me, because based on social media activity, man, you're the dude who goes to see as much or more than I do.
I really try. Like even the Taraji P. Henson movie that came out this weekend, I haven't seen yet. And and I'm like back and forth, just like maybe I'm sitting here, I'm bored for 30 seconds. Like what are the times?
Let's go see The Best of Enemies.
Yeah, I'm like I'll probably end up seeing that.
Another racist Sam Rockwell movie.
Yeah, like if I don't see it by Wednesday, I probably will have skipped it.
All right. Yeah. It didn't even come to my theater. My theater got Pet Sematary. My theater got Shazam. I saw Shazam. I'm set for the weekend.
Yeah.
So May 17th. May 17th, we got A Dog's Journey, which I think is the sequel to the dog movie that came out last year. The Josh Gad movie.
Yeah. I'll probably pass on that one.
Yeah, didn't see the first one. Don't really care. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, the main event for May, in my opinion.
Yes. Day 1.
Yeah. And
probably then, Thursday nighter. I don't do that many Thursdays, but that's definitely fun.
Yeah, I'll definitely see that. I'm one of my most anticipated movies all year.
Yeah, for real.
And then The Sun is also a Star, which I barely saw the trailer for. They showed this trailer in front of Shazam.
Yeah. I mean, finally, that is a movie. Whatever that is. I think I actually, now that I'm like making fun, I think I saw the trailer for that actually.
I think, like, this dude was like spitting game to this girl, and he was like, I can make you fall in love with me within like a day. And like her and her family's about to get deported or something.
And it works.
Yeah.
God. So, I don't like. Okay, like right now, that's not even on my radar.
Right, like.
But if say like coming up, like it was coming out and it started getting amazing reviews or like great word of mouth, like I might be like, okay,
gotta check it out.
Let me check out like what the hype, because I did that with The Hate U Give. Like I thought good, and then like. Some buzz started coming out, like this movie's actually really good. So then I went and saw it, and then I was so glad I went and saw it.
It was in like your top 5 of last year, right?
It was so, and then by the time I saw it, it was like no one was talking about it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, you guys are dumb.
You're dumb.
Like, but right now, yeah, that's not really on my
radar. All right, Memorial Day weekend. They still have Ad Astra scheduled, but there's no trailer. This is from the director of like We Own the Night and like The Yards or something, right? Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones.
Timeless classics.
Which I think it was scheduled for January. Now it's scheduled for Memorial Day. There's no trailer. There's no advertisements that I know of. So this will probably get pushed back.
Yeah, that's not even on my. I'm like, well.
Yeah, and then the live action Aladdin comes out I feel like it's getting a lot of unfair hate.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, like I think it looks really good.
I think I said it the last time I was like, I don't know what people thought the genie was going to look like.
Yeah.
Like it was either going to be a completely CGI thing that would just look absurd, and then everybody would have just complained about that.
Yeah.
I was like, or it was going to look like blue Will Smith with like a little bit of tweaking, and they just did that. It looks fine. Like to me, like, and I'm even somebody who I hold Aladdin like pretty
very high
up there. Like I always put that like tied with Beauty and the Beast. Like I always say like that's probably like one's the best, one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I put them together as like probably Disney's like best. And, like, to me, it looks good. Like, it even looks like Guy Ritchie, like, put his own style on it, and it kind of looks like it works. Like,
and still kept some of the original.
Yeah, like, I'm not 110% sold, but I mean, like,
we're gonna see it.
I'm gonna see it, like, day one, like, big time. That might be the biggest one for May, for me, probably. As far as, like, has my curiosity the most, and, like excited for it to get here. That and, like, John Wick, I think, are the two big.
I feel like Twitter, like, Memorial Day weekend, Twitter is just gonna overflow with, like, hashtag not my Aladdin, hashtag not my genie, aka everybody's butthurt that it's not Robin Williams.
It's like, it's okay. Like, if Robin Williams is alive, he probably wouldn't be playing the genie a second time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like Gilbert Gottfried's not Iago, and even he's butthurt.
Like, the bird probably isn't even gonna talk. And I'm okay with that. But, you know, there's something about that I'm like, a talking bird, like, we can get rid of that and it'll be okay.
You can live with it.
Yeah.
And then Booksmart comes out that weekend. I have no idea what that is.
That actually looks pretty fun. I saw the trailer once or twice. It's Olivia Wilde's directorial debut.
I think I heard she was directing something.
Yeah, like, and it's a comedy. It kind of looks like a girl Superbad, for lack of a better comparison. Like, it's Jonah Hill's sister, who was in the second Neighbors movie.
Okay, yeah. Beanie Feldstein or something.
Yeah,
she was in Lady Bird too.
Girl, it's like they're about to graduate high school, and, like, they spent their whole high school career, like, studying and everything. So now they want to, like, go out and party for one night or whatever. And it, like, I don't know if it's gonna be great, but it looks kind of funny. So if it gets a wide release, I'll probably end up seeing that. Actually, it looks.
This sounds like one that once I see the trailer, I'll want to see, but it won't come to my theater because May is so stacked.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's like an A24 movie or something like that. Probably not. But
it says United Artists releasing, so it's like Anna Perna or something like that, or MGM.
But I'll probably, like, the trailer made me laugh both times I saw it, so I'll probably end up checking it, actually.
And then Brightburn comes out, the James Gunn produced reverse suit. Like, what if Superman was bad?
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking. I was like, I feel like I saw recently that said Memorial Day.
I'm down for this.
That was it. I'm pretty stoked on that.
Yeah, I'm down for this. Even if I have to see it Memorial Day Monday, I'll see this.
Yeah, like, the trailer is really, like, the vibe, like, what he was going for in the trailer worked 100%. Yeah. Setting it up like it's almost shot for shot, like Man of Steel, and then as it goes on, it's just kind of
not Man of Steel.
Kind of gets weird. Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks raised the demon child.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be good, even if it sucks.
Yeah.
I'll
like it.
Gonna be an event type of movie. I think it's gonna do really well too.
And then May 31st to close out May, we got Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think most people are down for this, especially to see if how it ties into Kong versus Godzilla.
That's my whole thing. I feel like they aren't talking about that as much as maybe. I don't think they want to drop the ball, so they don't want to hype it up too much, kind of like Universal did with their, like, Monster Dark Universe or whatever. Yep. They were, like, having photo shoots and stuff for that, and then, like, it just didn't happen.
I feel like this is the cinematic universe that Warner Brothers owns that nobody really talks about, so they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to turn it into DC.
Yeah, like, I think this is going to be kind of the one, because King Kong versus Godzilla is already happening. Like, I think it's already being made right now.
It's at least filming.
Like, this is the one that's like, if this isn't a success, then they're probably just going to stop. But I think it looks cool.
It does, not,
clawing my eyes out necessarily, but, like, it looks pretty odd. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, unless it's just 100% not your thing, I don't say you could really watch the trailer and just be like, well, this looks dumb.
No, I loved the 2014 Godzilla, so I'm hyped for this. Not as hyped as I want to be, but I am hyped.
I liked that one. I feel like it's probably aged well. Like, I haven't watched it in a couple years, but when I watch it, I feel like it'll probably be about as good as it was. I think I like Kong a little more. So I feel like this is probably gonna, and Kong did really well, so I feel like this is probably gonna inject like a little more humor.
Yeah.
And it, hopefully.
From who though? Like who has comedic chops in this cast? Millie Bobby Brown or O'Shea Jackson Jr.?
Yeah, comedy geniuses.
Right. 11 is so funny.
Well, what's his name? The dude. Damn, the guy from Silicon Valley who was in Kong. He's like
Thomas Middleditch.
Yeah, that guy's funny.
Is he in this?
Yeah, I think. Unless he's not. Unless I'm just lying.
He was in Kong that took place in like the 70s, and he's in this?
Yeah, I think.
Maybe I just haven't seen the cast list. I know Kyle Chandler's in it, Vera Farmiga's in it, and then what's his name? Ra's al Ghul comes back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ken Watanabe.
He was like in court. He was like
the
guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, we're gonna put him on our side, and they all laugh at him or whatever.
I remember that now.
Don't laugh at him because he's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Why they're laughing at him in court. So it's gonna be hilarious.
Ma comes out with Octavia Spencer and is directed by the dude that directed her in The Help. And I think this is my sleeper for May.
I think that has potential to be like one of the big time like talked about movies.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Get Out and like Us. Like I feel like everybody. It's like if you went and watched it, it's like, can we talk about this on Twitter for a second? Like Twitter is probably gonna like, trend for a while. Unless it just sucks. But
Blumhouse is building up a track record, man.
Do what?
Blumhouse is building up a good track record.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like unless it just sucks, but it just looks a little too bizarre. Like it just looks. It's like this looks so weird. They have to know kind of what they're doing.
Why don't these kids like tell another adult like, hey, like she's crazy?
Yeah, like the end of the trailer, it's like she's sewing people's mouths shut, and they're all like passed out on the couch.
Right.
Like, okay, that might be the best movie of all time. From the director of The Help. I'm like, okay, you got there. This might be the best movie of the whole summer.
And then to close out the weekend of May 31st, we got Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic starring Taron Egerton. I'm excited for this one too.
I'm like cautiously excited for it. I love Elton John.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to unfairly just bash Bohemian Rhapsody, but I don't want it to be like Bohemian Rhapsody Part 2. Just like where it's like...
See, it's directed by the dude who stepped in for Bryan Singer.
Yeah.
And I also heard that I think Elton John just like told the writers like hey, this is my life, like have at it.
Yeah, and like he said something about like, this is real singing, like it's not lip syncing. At the same time, I feel like Elton John is probably a little easier to imitate than Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
So like, really hold that against the filmmakers or anything. But it looks good. Like just judging purely from what I've seen,
it looks great.
Looks really good. Like both trailers, like with the use of the music, and like I like the cast. I think Taron Egerton is gonna like be. Like, he was, like, a really good choice. And he also sang Elton John in the movie Sing, which people like to forget.
And Elton John was in Kingsman 2?
Yeah. So it's like a little...
It's meant to be.
It was like... So, that's actually... I'm actually really... Like, as of... really excited for that.
So... What's up?
Like, I'm excited to see it. Like, until it comes out, and then maybe I'm like, oh, drag.
So,
but...
My most anticipated for May, I'm going with John Wick. Aladdin, John Wick.
I'm gonna land on Aladdin. Just almost loyalty to Disney and Aladdin. I think I'm gonna say it.
All right, the weekend of June 7th, we got the last official Fox distributed X-Men movie with Dark Phoenix.
Not necessarily, according to WonderCon or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that picture. It was weird seeing a Blue Sky animated movie on a Disney release schedule.
Yeah, that was...
And 2 X-Men movies.
Yeah. But it was good, though. I'm happy. But yes.
It's coming out, yeah.
Probably the biggest... Well, until you start naming movies, I'm really like, that's probably the biggest June release.
Right.
From the next, I'm really like, there it is.
Oh no, yeah. I know the biggest June release. You know it too. Just wait for it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna be like, oh.
I kind of feel like the majority of people had a bad like apocalypse experience. So I think like the prequel X-Men movies have gotten a little underrated. Like First Class and Days of Future Past weren't phenomenal.
People are just so fast to flip.
Yeah.
Hard to keep up. Like, First Class was awesome. Like, I wish people would just, like, stop lying. Like, after Origins, like, First Class was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, even for me, I don't even hate Origins. Like, First Class for me was like, oh, that was good. Then Days of Future Past, when it came out, it was like, I don't even know. It was like The Departed or something. It was like, everybody was like, this is the must-see movie event of our time.
Yeah.
And, like, it was great. I think maybe over time, like, with the whole series, like, it's probably not my favorite, but, like...
I was thinking about that the other day, too.
And everybody, like, loved it. And then, so, like, Apocalypse was, like, the follow-up to that. Like,
yeah.
It was, like...
It was The Dark Knight Rises.
And, like, yeah. And it probably was never going to be as good as that.
Right.
But, like, people act like Apocalypse was just ass. And it just really was not at all. Like, people clapped. Like, when Magneto did his thing with, like, what was it, like, the one bullet or whatever, like, when they were out in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, people, like, clapped, even though that was, like, probably an inappropriate moment to clap. So, I was like, people don't clap at movies that suck. Like, if they aren't enjoying the movie, you don't, like, get compelled to clap. So I'm like, people act like now Dark Phoenix is just going to be this horrible misfire. And I'm like, why? I was like, their track record going from there to here is, like, not bad. Like, if Apocalypse is the worst movie in your series so far, you're...
Yeah, like, there hasn't been an absolute trash X-Men movie in 10 years. And like you said, like Origins wasn't even trash. It's, in my opinion, the worst X-Men movie, but it's got likability.
It's watchable.
Yeah.
It's like, even if it was, like, horrendous, like, it's still...
Hugh Jackman.
Like, Hugh Jackman is giving 110% in that movie. Like, it's like a slow-motion train wreck. It's like, I'm gonna watch this. Like, it's...
Right?
I shouldn't be enjoying this, but, like, there's something about this that I'm liking.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, that's what, like, all the pieces are in place for Dark Phoenix to be fine, if not better. Like, I thought the last trailer was really good. I think we talked about, like, the trailer sells the movie
even
pretty
it spoiled something.
Yeah, that was kind of, I don't know. A part of me feels like, because I've heard that, like, test screenings were bad. I don't know if that's true. I don't believe everything I read.
I've heard about bad test screenings. I've also heard there's, like, some really cool special effects action scenes, and so I've heard both sides of fan screenings or whatever.
Yeah, there's, like, a part of me that makes me think that maybe they put that in the trailer because maybe that's what the bad test screenings were. Because, like, you think, like, if maybe you get, like, a normie-ass person...
Soften the blow.
Like, you want to go see Dark Phoenix? And they're like, okay. And then, like, they go see it, and they're like, where's Jennifer Lawrence? Like that. But, like, I feel like they did the same thing, like, weird comparison, but, like, when that G.I. Joe second movie came out, and, like, Channing Tatum died.
Really weird comparison.
I feel like that was, like, they pushed that movie back a whole year for that reason, and then all it took was one person to be like, look, who cares?
Yeah.
Just put it out. Like, it's not that big. Like, somebody, like, a test audience or somebody was like, but Channing Tatum.
Who didn't even want to be in it. Yeah,
it was like, we were all pissed when we found out Channing Tatum was going to be in the first G.I. Joe movie. Right. So who cares?
The white guy from Coach Carter?
Yeah, like, I feel like that's what this was. Like, a bunch of people were like, wait, how did you do that to her? And it was like, somebody was like, just put it out. Like, just put it in the trailer.
The casual fan has no idea that every time there's build-up for an X-Men movie, we hear that she might not be in the next one. We hear that she hates going through the makeup process. Like, they kind of did this just to get her out of the series.
They did that with Apocalypse. Like, they made a huge deal about how, like, this is probably her last go. Academy Award winner Jennifer Lawrence, and they showed the whole thing with her getting choked and all that stuff, like in every trailer and every poster. So it was like, wow, we might lose her this time.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like, we got everyone back. Fuck it, we're gonna do it again. So it's kind of like we all kind of at the bottom of our heart like know that this is probably gonna be it for all of them in some capacity. Like,
and I was like, Disney owns X-Men. Fox is Professor X in the trailer. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of where we're all at. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know what to like.
Let's watch it. Give the series a send off. And then 2-3 years, we'll have X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it'll be amazing.
Some way. Like, that's, like, somebody somewhere, I like to think they have an idea, like a plan, but they probably don't.
No.
Like, not yet. They're like, Shang-Chi movie. We're going to do That's like, okay.
I'm actually kind of interested in, even though it sounds like post-Thanos, like, why make this?
Yeah, day one. I'll be there. Like, I don't care. Like, make Howard the Duck featured film.
Oh, yeah. I'm down for that too.
They know what they're doing. I'm there.
Also, that weekend we got do you know what Late Night is?
Late Night?
Yeah, apparently comes out the same weekend as X-Men.
Sounds great.
Right? Sounds like something I should go see at 11 p.m.
Late Night. That's not ringing any bells. Maybe I need to.
Amazon's selling it.
Need to look that up, I guess. I'll come back and be like, damn it, Late Night. That's it.
Movie of the summer. Okay, yeah. Secret Life of Pets 2, I'm down for.
I'm not, like, losing my mind, but yeah like, what I'm going to go see regardless.
I dig Illumination. Like, it's to the point that no matter what they put out, I'm interested.
Kind of like Missing Link is coming out next week, and I'm not, like, I barely even know what that's about. But, like,
yeah, right?
I'm there. So, yeah, Secret Life of Pets. I don't think it's going to be as big a hit as the first one.
No.
I think it's going to kind of sleep through the sun. Unless there's, like, no animated movies around that time.
Oh, yes, there is.
But, yes, there is. That's what
oh, yes, there is.
Maybe at that time it might do okay.
Yeah, for the first 2 weekends it's out. But then we got June 14th, we got Men in Black International. I love the original. I think 2 and 3 are fine. I'm gonna see this, but I'm not really excited.
The trailer sucks. Like, I was talking about that the other day with somebody, I forget, but I was like, I was watching Into the Spider-Verse with some friends, and the trailer played before it, and like they didn't even know what it was, and I was like, this movie needs another trailer.
Yeah,
like
badly.
The trailer is straight up not good. It like doesn't sell the movie for me hardly at all. Like, I'm gonna go see it regardless. Like, day one, I'm there. I'm more excited to rewatch the old ones than I am to see the new one. Like, and I've seen the old ones 100 times.
Yep.
Like, first one is like classic status on it. Like, as far as like sci-fi movies, like 90s movies, like first one's unbeatable. Second one's good. The second one reminds me of my 12th birthday. Like, so it's like just good memories. And then like I love the third one. I thought the third one was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, like Josh Brolin and all that. Like, I never think of the third one was great. So yeah, I'm there, but it's not like high on my list.
And then I gotta drop a little nerd tidbit fun fact. This is the second time that F. Gary Gray has stepped in and kind of like taken over a sequel spinoff from Barry Sonnenfeld. He did Be Cool. Barry Sonnenfeld did Get Shorty.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna.
I feel this is weird to me. And
then,
then,
but like, Be Cool is. I haven't watched it in a long time. I remember thinking it was good.
I remember liking it.
Maybe, yeah. That needs another trailer. Like,
yeah, Men in Black desperately needs another trailer.
To stand up and be like, look, this doesn't even look like a Men in Black movie. Like, it looks like R.I.P.D. 2.
It kind of does.
But, like, not even that bad. Like, it that needs another trailer.
And it's like, Chris Hemsworth is one of the most likable dudes in movies. I love Tessa Thompson.
My other thing was like, it's Men in Black International. Is it being implied? Maybe not. But it's like international. Is it supposed to be in London?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what Emma Thompson tells Tessa Thompson.
Why is it Liam Neeson, Tessa Thompson, and Chris Hemsworth, none of whom are British?
This is true.
Are in London. Like, she's like as American as I am.
Yeah.
Chris is Australian. Liam Neeson is like,
I don't know what Liam Neeson is.
And I'm like, what's her name? Emma Thompson was working at like the regular MIB.
She took over for Zed.
So yeah, she did. I need to rewatch those. I'm excited.
Yeah,
but I don't know. We need again. I'm just gonna keep saying it, like another trailer. Maybe someone's gonna hear this like fast.
Also, this weekend we got the second Shaft reboot. I thought this trailer was fun.
That trailer was good for a movie that like I wasn't dying. I don't think anybody was like dying for another Shaft. That's a good trailer.
I feel like it's supposed to be like a vehicle to set up Jesse T. Usher for him to get his own Shaft franchise, but the trailer like kind of focused more on Samuel L. Jackson.
I just think it's funny. It's been like 20 some years. Samuel L. Jackson looks exactly
the same
as he did, as I like remember him when he was in the first Shaft. Like there's only like a 5-6 year difference. I think we talked about this
between him and Roundtree, right?
There's like no age difference between them, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, Dad," and I was like, "I bought." Like, yeah, that's him. That's his dad.
Yeah.
But like, it looks pretty good. I think there's a couple Shaft movies I have to get so I can do like a proper.
I have the first Roundtree, and I have the Sam Jackson. I don't have like Shaft Goes to Africa or any of the Roundtree sequels.
I might have to like do a shopping trip, like find those. Pretend I've had them forever.
15 years.
They're timeless classics that I've seen many, many times. I've definitely seen the original Shaft, and then I've seen Samuel Jackson movie a few times.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've watched any of them, so that will probably be fun for that too, to rewatch those. I'm pretty excited for that, actually. Like that.
Yeah, Shaft looks good.
Be a big hit. Almost like you talk about like demographic, like audiences. Like I think that movie is going to be kind of one that people don't think is going to do that well. That ends up coming out and like is like a big hit movie. Whereas like Men in Black, I think has potential to just flop.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because I like the Men in Black series. But yeah, like Men in Black International looks like it's gonna bomb.
Not even just saying that because of the trailer. I just think trying to sell a Men in Black movie without Will Smith.
Yeah. It's going to be the opposite of Aladdin.
Yeah. Like, it might be, even if it gets good reviews, like Ghostbusters, like, never looked that great. It looked fine. And, like, it got good reviews, and, like, it still was just kind of like, people were like, not, like, there's going to be people that are like, this is not for me.
Yep.
I'll go see Shaft. Might pick up some of that.
June 21st is the Battle of the Toys weekend. You got the Child's Play remake, which they recently announced Mark Hamill was going to voice Chucky. I think that's really cool.
I don't know if I'm like more excited for the movie because of that, but that's a great.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, you haven't lost me. Like, they could have been like,
Andy Samberg voices Chucky.
Yeah, Samberg.
Sorry.
I'd have been like,
sorry, dude.
Now that we've said that, I'm kind of like, well, I'm picturing that. What would that even be? It's like Russell Brand is Chucky. And I'm like, oh, Christ. But
oi. I'm a good guy. I'm your friend to the end. Oi.
Yeah. Like, they could have made a lot of bad decisions. That makes me feel like maybe they, somebody somewhere like wrote a good enough script to like go with his like weird, sinister voice.
Yeah.
That's another one. It's like, I'm kind of on the fence as far as like my excitement level, but I'm definitely going to go see it.
We're going to see it, but I don't expect much. And then also Toy Story 4 comes out this weekend, and that's going to take all the dollars away from Secret Life of Pets.
That's, yeah. But as soon as we were talking about X-Men, I was like, oh no, yeah, Toy Story comes out in June, not.
So Toy Story raised me. I love Toy Story. The first one's my favorite cartoon of all time.
It's definitely at the top of my Pixar.
Yeah.
Sure. Like 1, 2, like you do a whole thing. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and everything else.
Yep.
The Toy Story 4 trailer was good to me. I won't say it would made me lose my mind, like Forky. Like that's kind of strange, but I feel like I have full confidence that they're gonna do something great with it. Because I'm trying to even remember the Toy Story 3 trailers, and I don't. But I remember watching Toy Story 3 and
loving it. Yeah.
Like I was like, okay.
When they were about to get incinerated, man, yeah, like something got in my eye.
Yeah, I was like sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna have to. Like I'm watching this happen. Like they're about to die. I guess it's time to grow up. It's like you're telling, time to grow up. Watch these toys burn. Well, it was like, Jesus, Disney. I have full confidence that they're gonna do something really good. Like, I don't think they would have just made, contrary to popular belief, with people like Disney, I don't think they would have made a Toy Story 4 just for money.
Exactly.
I think that they would have, we leave that to Cars. I think we're gonna make a Cars 4 and 5 and 6 so we can make money.
Yeah.
So we hire better writers to make a Toy Story 5 and 6. I think I have confidence that they wouldn't have made one if they didn't have a really good reason to make one. So
yeah, Toy Story is too sacred.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Toy Story for sure. I might even do a full on just Pixar binge before that. I don't know. I'm toying with the idea. It would have to overlap with a Chucky binge.
Yeah, Chucky was I couldn't do Chucky because I've got it set up to where I want to do F. Gary Gray's movies, the X-Men movies, the Toy Stories. Chucky had to get taken out of my June.
I did Chucky last Halloween, not this past Halloween, but the one before it. But but I act like that's even bothered. I'll definitely do the Chuckies.
I did the Chuckies just as Colt came out.
Do what?
I did the Chucky movies a couple years ago just because that new one came out.
Yeah, that was a reason why I did that too. It was leading up to that one. So, but yeah, I'm gonna end up doing both as if I'm doing anything else. I don't know. Maybe it's just gonna have to be a couple days of double features. Yeah, that's a pretty big weekend. That has potential to be a huge box office weekend.
Oh yeah. Toy Story's breaking at least 110.
Something probably bigger than that.
Yeah, I shot low.
But yeah, that's the weekend of June right there.
And then because this next weekend, I can probably guarantee I won't be watching anything. If I go to the theater this weekend, it'll be Toy Story again or X-Men again, depending on how good it is. You got Annabelle Comes Home that's not my flavor.
Yeah.
Look like you're excited for that one.
Excited is a strong, but I can't see it. I'm actually really into Conjuring movies, and it's at some point I kind of want to watch all of them, but it's I don't want to watch just the Annabelle movies and then watch that, and then next year go back and have to watch all of them
everything.
Again. But we'll see. I'm definitely gonna go see that.
And then Yesterday comes out that weekend, and I think this is the Danny Boyle. He passed up James Bond to do this movie where I think
the dude. Everybody forgets that
the Beatles existed.
Beatles ever existed.
Except
it actually
him.
Looks pretty great. He's the only one who remembers the Beatles, so he starts singing their songs, and people are losing their minds.
Everybody thinks he's a musical genius.
Yeah, I actually think that's actually pretty high on my summer list. Actually, just because
I don't think I've seen a trailer. If I see a trailer, I might check it out.
Because Danny Boyle's a pretty great director.
Yeah.
I think we can. And it's just this original idea that I think people act like is so lacking. in Hollywood right now, and I'm like, that's a totally simple idea. Like everyone knows the Beatles, and especially the people that like takes place in the UK. So I'm like, especially over there, like everyone, it's like ingrained in their DNA. So it's like I think that movie has that's another one with potential to like be a real big sleeper hit, like a big word of mouth, kind of like the 500 Days of Summer of this. Like I think it's going to be like, I'm definitely excited to go see it. So if it opens wide or does like a slow rollout, I think it'll probably do really well.
Most anticipated for June?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Unanimous.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the weird 4th of July weekend. I think the 4th falls on a Thursday, so like that Wednesday is Midsummer looks like the follow-up from the dude who directed Hereditary.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailer for that. Still kind of lame. Like, but that's one of those things where it's like I liked Hereditary a lot as almost like an artsy kind of horror film. Like I appreciated it. I feel like that was one of those movies that just everybody just went a little too hyped for. Like everyone was like, "This is the masterpiece of my life." It was like,
was it?
And like, so this trailer for this came out, and I was almost put off a little by people being like, "This is my most anticipated movie of the entire year." I was like, "Stop lying! Like, chill out."
Is it really?
Like, you know,
between Avengers, Toy Story, and Star Wars, is it really?
Get down because Midsummer is here, and it's like, relax. Like everybody, I will most likely see that though. I need to watch the trailer. Like unless I just hate the trailer, I will probably see, just because Hereditary did get my attention. Okay,
and then the 5th, Spider-Man: Far From Home comes out. I'm definitely locked in for this one.
Yeah, well, that can sit down because Midsummer is here.
Right.
Spider-Man
number 2 at the box office, 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And then, where are we at? July 12th, 21 Bridges. There's no trailer, no promotion yet. I know Chadwick Boseman stars in it, and the Russo brothers are involved. So that's got my $5 ticket admission. What's up?
That's the sequel to 20 Bridges. The timeless classic.
Oh, yeah.
20 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman. I've never even... Wait, is Tom Holland supposed to be in that? Or is that something else that he signed on to?
I think that's something else. All I know is Chadwick Boseman is in this one, and it's crime, action, something. I don't know anything else about it, but I'm interested if it even holds that release date.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll have to confer about that one on a later date.
Right.
Or something else comes out about it.
And then Crawl comes out that weekend. Paramount, I have no idea what this is.
Is that something that I saw that was like, sounded exactly like A Quiet Place? It was like, I don't know, I feel like Entertainment Weekly like had something. It was like, we're getting big time Quiet Place and Bird Box vibes from Crawl, and I was like, sounds like it's gonna be the same movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something different, but
no idea.
Right, sitting here, I don't know what.
And then Stuber also comes out that weekend. I don't know, action comedy. I don't know anything about this. I know it was on that Wonder CinemaCon. Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
It's one of the last remaining Fox movies.
Disney threw that there because they knew.
Right.
So Disney aren't doing
we can claim this on our taxes.
But yeah. It's going to be a stay-at-home weekend, probably. Unless we...
They did Stuber kind of dirty coming out in between Spider-Man and then The Lion King on the 19th. Because if Spider-Man doesn't sell all the tickets, The Lion King definitely will.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Stuber's like this thing. It's going to be like Game of Thrones. Like, it's like, Stuber.
Stuber, have you seen Stuber?
Yeah. Maybe not, though. Don't love that title, whatever it is.
With The Lion, July 19th, The Lion King comes out.
The Lion King is going to make $1 billion
opening weekend.
A week. It's going to, like, whether or not it's good doesn't even matter. It's going to be like Beauty and the Beast times, like, 5. Like, I think, because, like, Beauty and the Beast, I thought was, like, good.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody thought it was as good as like it could have been, or as like they were hoping it was good. But I thought it was good. It didn't matter for them. Everybody like ran to the theater to see it that weekend. It opened huge. It's $1 billion. I think Lion King is going to do that even bigger. Like Lion King, I would even say like Lion has a shot. Like everybody's talking about Star Wars Endgame as like the end of the year, like 2 movies. I think Lion King has a big shot to be in that conversation with those movies.
Sleeping.
I think the love for Lion King, like the original Lion King, is so massive.
Yeah.
Across every demographic, children, adults, even still, like 25 years later, like people seeing it for the first time are like, it's
my favorite.
Like the best thing ever. So, and like Lion King's never even been my favorite Disney movie. It's top 10 probably, but like top 5 even probably, I would say. But I just think like this was just a really good idea. Like it doesn't even have to be great. Like they're gonna do it. It's probably, I have a theory that it's gonna be like a shot for shot, just remake of the original.
I would not hate that.
Like I just have this feeling that that's what it's gonna be. Like it's probably not gonna add a whole lot.
I mean,
and I'm still gonna do amazing.
I love like my favorite live action remake is Jungle Book. Favreau did that. Jon Favreau's doing this, so like I have all the confidence that it's gonna be great.
It has all the makings to just be, but it could also, like I said, like they could just sleep through it, just like hire a great visual effects team, just be like, watch this movie, just do it again. Yep. We'll do the voiceovers,
copy paste,
put it out.
Bring in Seth Rogen, bring in Beyonce, let's do it.
It's like Beyonce's in the movie. It's going to make so much money. Like Disney, I can't even like Disney are going to make so much money just this year.
Stuff like this is why people hate Disney. Between Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Aladdin, Endgame, Lion King, Star Wars, Maleficent, Disney Plus. This is why people hate Disney.
But it's like you have to respect it. Like
you do.
It's like they
Toy Story.
They like somebody was like, let's just buy them, and they were like, okay,
right.
We could. It's like. We could with like the box office that we made yesterday from this one movie.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
No, Lion King is going to be so big. Lion King
is going to be the highest grossing movie of July without question.
Yeah, and it's like some movies is like unless it's just the hype isn't there, like Justice League or something. It's like unless just the steam just does not get going, it will not matter with Lion King. Like that. The built-in audience is already there.
Yeah.
We've barely had one trailer for it. It's like we need another trailer, but we don't. If they didn't put out another Lion King trailer, just all the
it's
TV
still gonna sell.
Little thing does not matter. It will make
15-second commercial. Timon, Pumbaa, Simba walking across that log in the moonlight. Title card. Everybody's going.
Like, well, Fandango. Just buy my ticket. Like, that's gonna flirt with 200 million opening weekend.
Oh yeah.
I say flirt because I don't know for sure, but yeah, I would say, like, if you told me it was going over 200, I have no problem believing that whatsoever.
So, let's jump on to July 26th real quick. The Boy 2. Was The Boy the Lauren Cohan weird horror? And this one is Katie Holmes, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to see this? I'm going to pass.
I'm sitting... I probably will see it. The only reason I watched the first one was because Lauren Cohan was in it.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, that's Maggie. Like, that's my baby.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yeah, like, I'm going to go see that. And I barely remember it. I don't remember liking it. Like, I was like, I don't remember being scared or anything. The dude from the original Hellboy was in it. Like, what was his name? Myers? Like, that guy. He was just like the
I know who you're talking about.
Whitest dude. And I was like, well, thank God he's the male lead against Maggie. So I was like, I don't remember liking it at all, but I'll probably just since I have it, like it's just sitting there, like I'll probably just rewatch it and go see this. Just take the L for the people. Just be like, you know what? I'll go see The Boy too. So you don't have to. Like,
Yeah.
like so I can tell you not to see it.
And also that weekend, I think we're both locked in for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. I think I'm even gonna do like a full on just Tarantino run through.
Oh, I've already got mine planned out. I'm adding Planet Terror, From Dusk Till Dawn, Natural Born Killers, True Romance. Like I'm fully embracing Tarantino.
Yeah, I haven't like mapped. I usually like coming up on things. I'll map things out once I know my own schedule a little better. But like that's kind of what I'm planning on doing now. Like I have the movie Four Rooms, which I feel like everybody skips.
Yeah, that's one. I don't have that one.
I do have that one. I don't know if I'm gonna put in like From Dusk Till Dawn and True Romance and all that. Although I might. Sitting here, it sounds pretty good.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. To hype up for that, I'll probably do that. And then maybe do like a ranking or something. But I liked the trailer for that, even though it didn't have a lot in it. It didn't really give you like a huge, clue as to what it was about if you didn't already know.
Well, the Brad Pitt Bruce Lee fight was mighty fun.
That was hilarious.
Right.
I went to the bathroom at work to like watch the trailer. I was like, oh, I'll be back. And, like I'm just there standing like laughing. He was like, yeah, it's called manslaughter.
Right.
I'm like, this is gonna be good. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, most anticipated for July.
The Boy too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be it.
Midsummer.
The Lion King. Although I'm trying to even remember, we talked about the Lion King for so long. I'm trying to like remember everything else I was talking about, but that I think is the biggest. That's got to be the biggest one in July.
I think I got to go Spider-Man. Like I'm excited for Tarantino. I'm excited for Lion King, but I think I got to go Spider-Man.
Yeah, we glossed right over Spider-Man. We didn't. Talk about it. I'm excited for Spider-Man. I'm excited for Spider-Man though. It's almost like everything since Infinity War, I've been more excited for. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's like woohoo. But it came out right after Infinity War, so I was like, I have to see what's going on. Like, I have to see if this answers any questions. Like Captain Marvel. Otherwise, like if it had just come out, it would have been like another Doctor Strange, like Captain Marvel, like the next chapter. But since it was the next one before Endgame, I was like, shaking in my boot. Like I was like, I can't wait to see what this answers. It's like once we've seen Endgame and like know how it, what officially happens, I feel like Far From Home is just gonna be like, all right, and next, like it's like I'm excited for it for sure.
Well, it's because Spider-Man is gonna come out, and then like 2 weeks later at Comic-Con, they're gonna finally announce Phase 4.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking like Far From Home. Another thing for me, and it's like it doesn't matter because we're all we know everything's gonna be okay. I mean, we don't, but like we do. It's like we know Spider-Man and Black Panther are gonna have their own sequels. There's gonna be another Guardians, Doctor Strange. Like I would have pushed Far From Home to like November. Like I just would have. I just think it would have sold it just a little. It was like the Osmond interview where they're like, "You excited for that?" He's like, "Well, I'm dead." So like that's what the whole thing should have like. The whole press stuff for Endgame should just be, it sucks that all these people are dead and we'll never see them again. Like Tom Holland, sucks that he's not here. He's dead.
Yeah.
So like the movie should have been pushed to like November, and then we could have gotten a trailer for it in
after Endgame.
Yeah, like we could have gotten a trailer in like July or like during Comic-Con or something. Would have made just as much money.
I think I just think Sony kind of flexed on Disney like, hey, this is we're doing distribution. Sorry guys, but we're gonna kind of like ruin your we're gonna kind of ruin your sales angle.
Like it's like Homecoming for me, I feel like always ranks higher in people's Marvel ranking than it does mine. Also, I was disappointed in it, but it was like it had its pros and cons for me as a Spider-Man movie. But I'm still really excited. Like even having seen that and like seeing those characters in this trailer, is exciting to me, which I think is a plus. Like, the fact that I didn't, like, claw my eyes out over that, and I'm still, like, all the kids and everything watching the TV, I'm like, oh, there's all those kids are back. I'm like, you know, Happy's flirting with Aunt May. I'm like, it's gonna be good. Like,
I'm
really excited for Gyllenhaal. So, I think Lion King might edge it out, though. It kind of depends on. We're gonna get another Lion King trailer any day now. I think there's one before Avengers.
Probably with Aladdin, I would guess.
Yeah. So, I think another Lion King trailer is probably gonna like solidify. Like, it's gonna show some stuff, and I'm gonna be like, yes. So I'm gonna give the edge to that. I think for July for right now.
Okay. So jumping into August 2nd is actually pretty stacked. You got Dora and the Lost City of Gold, which I have no interest in. Is this your midsummer of August?
Yeah, that's gonna be the boy 2 of August.
Okay.
It's gonna be
back-to-back weekends.
I don't see myself seeing it. Like, I don't see myself like going up to the window and be like, one for Dora, please.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say that it's a bad idea though. Like, somebody kind of went and pitched it like Indiana Jones for kids.
And she like, does look just like her.
I can't say like the trailer was bad. Like, I'm not like, it's just not my.
Yeah.
Like, at some point you have to cut it off and be like they aren't selling this to me. They're selling it like specifically to little kids.
Secret Life of Pets 2, yes. Dora, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, Ugly Dolls movie, I don't know. Maybe. Dora the Explorer, I'm like, give me a break, guys. But like, my one thing though, it's like, her monkey's name is Boots. And I'm like, and I may be wrong, I'm an adult, but like, wasn't Boots named Boots because he wore boots?
I have no idea.
The monkey in the trailer was not wearing boots. And I'm like, you know, where are my, like, Zack Snyder type, like, Spartacus people?
We need the continuity.
Like, this is bullshit. That's not my, hashtag not my boots.
Not my boots.
I've also heard that Danny Trejo plays the voice of Boots.
I heard that too.
But
perfect casting.
They didn't sell that in the trailer at all, which I think is
he didn't talk.
That might have been the tipping point. Like, if he'd have been like, "Oh, Dora," I'd have been like,
okay. Sorry, Robert Rodriguez. We got to delay Machete Kills in space. I have to go voice a monkey.
Yeah, like, yeah, I have no time for Machete 3 right now. Machete Kills again. And, like, her backpack didn't talk either. Like, I'm saying, like, it's a big letdown. Big potential letdown, Dora and the whatever.
Shame on you. Also, we got the Fast and Furious spinoff, Hobbs and Shaw. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. I want to call it a cash grab, but it looks fun.
It's a total cash grab. But that's like, at the same, it's like you kind of respect, like, that's what The Rock is all about. Like, he is all business, like, there's money to be made with this. It probably took him 5 minutes to pitch that idea, and somebody was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's do it." Like, I'm gonna go see it. Like, whether or not I did it is beside the point. Like, I'm gonna go, and if it's like decent, which it will be, it's like I feel like it's already gonna be like as good as, say, like the last Triple X movie.
Yeah.
Like, say, like something like that, watchable. Like, you went, you sat, you watched it.
It was
fun.
fun.
A little bit of fun. You left. I feel like it's going to be like just one of those kind of movies, which is
should we take bets? Should there be like a Rec League podcast? Just pot. Do Tyrese and or Vin Diesel attend the premiere?
There's no way Tyrese is like even.
This movie was their whole beef.
That's. Tyrese is so upset that this movie's being made. Like, I don't think Vin Diesel really cares.
No.
Like, at the end of the day, he's like, this is my family or whatever. So
gotta support the family.
Like, glad to see my family doing well or whatever the fuck. Like, Tyrese is like, I can't pay my rent this, but like, my lights are off. Why did y'all do this?
I think wasn't one of his like arguments that Tyrese and Ludacris like turned down a spinoff to do like 8 or even 9, and The Rock delayed 9 for this?
I I would be willing to bet money that isn't even true. Like,
Probably
nobody
not.
was like, we need a Tej spinoff where it's him on a computer and you just talking.
Right?
I'm like, nobody wanted that. Like, it's cute in the movies. It's like fun to have them in there as those characters.
Comic relief.
Funny. Like, nobody wants that. Like, they're not ever the ones that are like beating the ass.
Yeah. Tyrese exactly
like,
why
yeah,
Charlize Theron lost in the last one.
Yeah, like Fast 5 was amazing. What sold Fast 5 wasn't just that Tyrese was coming back. Like, it was like Tyrese and all these people are coming back, but also here's The Rock.
And he's kind of a bad guy.
Is a tank now. It's like he hasn't been in a movie in like over a year, and now here he is, and he's like, that's what's so that. No disrespect to Tyrese. Like, I feel like somebody's gonna unearth this later and just be like, wow,
Tyrese Bash
like,
moment.
One of us is like super famous. Hear Rec League podcast talk mad shit on Tyrese.
Mad shit.
Like, no, but I just. Like, to an extent, I almost kind of understand it. It's kind of like I wish you could have just done another Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, yeah. I would much rather would have had 9.
I think that's just, yeah. Like, I think that's just how The Rock's mind works, though. Like, he's just like, there's
always
money
working
to be made with it, and I intend to make that money. And, like, they're not going to say no.
Yeah.
That's just how, like, they're not going to be like, nah. Like, you're right. Like, a movie with The Rock and Jason Statham would probably sell tickets. So I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to do fine. I think it'll be kind of in line with his other recent movies. Like, probably won't break the box office, but it'll be fine.
It's a built-in franchise. People will go see it.
Yeah. So I'm stoked enough. I'm definitely there.
Then the third movie we got for August 2nd is New Mutants. Have you heard of this? Do you know what this is at all? Did you see a trailer a year and a half ago that looked really cool?
Fake movie. I'm thinking this is just a publicity stunt for Disney to sell something else.
Something.
But, like, I saw the New Mutants trailer in front of Ragnarok.
Right?
Like, that was, like, the only time I ever saw it. I never saw it in front of anything else. And, like, I was really hype on that trailer. Like, I thought that trailer was, I mean, at least, like, the tone that they seem to be going for, and
like X-Men horror, yeah.
Yeah, like, and like the cast, at least at the time, I mean, even still, like at the time, it was like real fresh-faced, like real popular young people.
Game of Thrones actors, Stranger Things actors.
Things, like, I was like, okay, like, this movie had real big potential. And then they just kind of kept, it was like the first time they pushed it, like, almost a year.
Yeah.
Just like, it was supposed to be, I don't even remember. Like, was it supposed to come out in, like, February?
Dude,
March, April?
This movie was on my most anticipated movie last year.
Yeah.
And then, I think it went to, like, February, and then got pushed again to where it is now.
I don't how can you just shit on a movie like that? It's just weird to me. Like, even if you, as a studio, like, don't have confidence in a movie, it's like you've already put money into it. Like, let it, it's going to make more money than it is sitting on the shelf. Like, I don't, like, and I've heard, like, they wanted to do reshoots, and then what's her name? Maisie Williams said, like, haven't even talked to me about doing reshoots. Like, they said, like, they have not done that. It's like, it's
still scheduled. Like, Disney had it on that WonderCon, CinemaCon list.
Yeah, that was like a little, like, ray of light. Like, it was like, oh, they're gonna do something with it. Like, they're gonna, because, like, there are people, like, betting, they were like, this shit's gonna go to, like, Netflix or
Disney Plus,
Hulu or something. And, like, yeah, Disney Plus, and, like, I'll go see it. Like, even if it gets horrible reviews. Like, I saw the Fantastic Four 2015.
All three of them.
9% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, it was like me walking to the box office knowing this is going to suck. And it didn't even suck that bad. But, like, yeah, that's, like, if it weren't so, you know, buried in all this, like, weird, like, that would probably be really high up on my summer. Definitely my August list.
Yeah, for sure. I think if it comes out, I'll see it.
Oh, for sure. Like that's why I said earlier. I was like, technically, not the last Fox X-Men movie. Yeah. They actually out, but who knows? Yeah. I think the merger had something to do with that too. Like they were like, well, we're probably going to end all this. So do we really want to end on that? And now they're probably just like, yeah,
might as well. So August 9th, we got Artemis Fowl. I know it's directed by Kenneth Branagh. I don't know exactly what it is. I've seen like the teaser poster. It looks pretty cool.
I remember. Okay, it's Disney, so that's another thing. It's like most likely going to go see it. It's based on some books that I was familiar with, but I don't really. I guess I didn't know the story or whatever.
Are they trying to cook their own Harry Potter?
Yeah, it's basically just like one of those. But like, I had forgotten this was even a couple weeks ago, and I remember seeing the trailer, thinking the trailer was pretty bad. I don't think I've seen the trailer in a theater yet, though. I don't remember when it came out, but I watched it like online. I remember thinking the trailer was not great.
I mean, like I was subscribed to Joe Blow on YouTube. I think I remember like seeing it on their feed, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. I don't care.
I'll probably go see it because it's Disney. Like I'm kind of like a Disney person. Like my Disney collection's pretty big, and like I just tend to give Disney my money. It's not really on my radar as far as like something I'm like looking forward to. Like once it gets here, like maybe we'll see. But like I'm most likely at least gonna see it.
And then with the next, they got Brian Banks. And what I know about this is I think it's a football movie. I think it's directed by the dude who did Ace Ventura. And that sounds amazing. I don't know anything else about this. This one's a maybe.
Brian Banks?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know. It says...
No.
Aldous Hodge, Greg Kinnear.
I can picture the poster like in my head. Greg Kinnear as a breast.
Right. Invincible 2. With Aldous Hodge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was the coach in Invincible. So there it is.
Yes,
like we've seen it.
And then
it sounds like, it's got the elements of it. Okay, but I haven't really heard anything about that.
Yeah. And then we got The Kitchen. This is comic book, graphic novel, something. I think Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish. Let me see. Elizabeth Moss. Oh, yeah, I'll watch this. This is probably going to be my main attraction that weekend.
The Kitchen?
The Kitchen.
What's it about? I don't even think I've ever heard of it.
It's based on a comic book.
Yeah, it's just like The Kitchen.
Yeah.
Starring Melissa McCarthy. I'm like, sold.
And then we got Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Is this directed by or just like produced by Guillermo del Toro?
I think it's produced. I do not think he directed it because he's been developing it for a long time. It was one of those things like everyone was sharing on Facebook for years, like the same little stories. Like Guillermo del Toro was developing a movie, Scary Things to Tell. It was like years. People were still, and then like you didn't hear anything about it, and then just recently it was like
teasers popped out.
I'll probably go see it. Although I think there was a trailer for it recently. I didn't watch it. I think so. So maybe that kind of explains how hype I am. Like I didn't watch the trailer. I will at some point. I'll most like that's kind of like a big title for late summer, so I'll probably go see that.
And then there's also Where'd You Go, Bernadette. I think this is a new Richard Linklater.
For that reason, I'll probably see it.
I'm interested based on that, but it probably won't even come to my theater.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if they're billing like a tiny movie. The trailer, like, I don't know what it's about. It's based on a book. I really don't.
I saw the trailer once.
Yeah. Like, the trailer looked fine, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's one of those movies that he kind of shrugged, but, like, Richard Linklater's got my attention at least. Like when a movie comes out, I'm like, okay.
He's one of those guys one of those directors that he's got a movie coming out. Let's check it out.
That could potentially be like an all-time, like a classic.
Yeah.
Like it could just be fine. It could be the Bad News Bears, or like it could be like just like an amazing, like life-changing movie. So yeah, as of right now, like I'll probably see that. It'll probably come to one of my theaters.
All right, the 16th of August, we got 47 Meters Down, Uncaged.
Finally, the sequel that we all.
They heard the cries for a sequel. This must be a franchise.
I like the first one.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'll probably just like rewatch it and then just go see it. Kind of like, how bad could it really be? Like I'm like,
exactly.
Threw like a couple $1 million and said, "Here, make a movie," and that's probably what they did. That's what they did the first time. It worked. So, yeah, that'll be what that is. Like,
yep.
Late summer plus shark movies.
It's the same weekend as the Meg.
Yeah, like there should be like one shark movie every summer. I think it's worked like the last 3 years. I think we just need to like make that a thing because like The Shallows was
good.
Like everybody just even if it wasn't great, it's fine. Like I like sitting and watching a movie about a shark, like something like that. So yeah, I'm probably there.
Yeah.
We need to try that though.
And we also got Angry Birds Movie 2.
That's it.
Watch out, Toy Story.
Yeah, watch out everything. Watch out.
I thought the first teaser was borderline trash, but the most recent trailer for this movie was actually pretty good.
To be honest, I don't even think I watched them. I think like I saw a thing and like a poster or whatever, and I was like, that's enough. Like I feel like I know what this. I like it's one of those things. Like I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another one. It's like I'll see it. I'll rewatch the first one. I just go. Like the first one was fine.
I think, we also got Good Boys this weekend, which that trailer looks hilarious.
That looked pretty fun. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like great, like the next Superbad or whatever.
That's what they're shooting for.
It looks funny. Like at least like the trailer makes me laugh. I'm like, okay, they're selling this pretty well. Kind of makes me sad that like main kid is like doing one of those movies because he's like
Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah, he's like the sweet little kid in every movie, and like
not anymore.
They got him. Like they put their claws.
Parents put your preteen daughters to bed early.
Yeah, like the little kid from Room. Wonder, like he was the kid from Wonder, and I'm like, they got him.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen got
Book of Henry.
But yeah, that's as far as that weekend. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see that.
I think, man, I feel like I'll end up seeing Good Boys, Angry Birds, and 47 Meters Down because you got The Informer. I have no idea what that is, and then whatever Play Mobile is.
The Informer. That sounds like every movie
ever made. How stale.
There is another movie somewhere called The Informer. It's like, no, that's in The Informant.
Joe Kinnaman, Rosamund Pike, Clive Owen, Common, Ana de Armas. Strong cast. Still have no idea what it is.
That cast, that is every cast in every movie.
Right.
Clive. It's like, oh, he's the Informer. Okay, I believe that. I haven't heard anything about that though, so I don't want to like judge too hard and then have it come out and look really great.
They have Box Office Mojo has no information for Play Mobile, so let's just say those last two I'm going to chalk up to not going to see it.
I think I read something recently where like FPX bought the rights to that, so I think they're also doing the Ugly Dolls, so that just has
okay,
cash in on a toy franchise, which great. Like, yeehaw. Like, you'll make your money. But right. I don't know. I don't even think I know what Playmobil is.
I don't either.
Really?
And we got moving on to August 23rd, we got Angel Has Fallen, which is Olympus Has Fallen 3.
This is like, it's weird to judge these movies because we don't have any trailers or photos or anything for them. But, like, just the idea of that, like, I'll go. I like those other two.
I damn near loved Olympus Has Fallen, Die Hard in the White House. I thought London Has Fallen was a solid sequel. It wasn't, like, mind-blowing or anything.
No. It was, like, a serviceable sequel to, like, serviceable movie. I remember thinking Olympus Has Fallen was like the violence and all that. Like I just remember thinking it was like really good.
Yep.
It's been 3 years since the last one. So like
yeah,
I'm for like a rewatch of those. So that's enough. Like
I rewatched Olympus before The Equalizer 2 came out last year. I haven't watched London in a while.
Yeah, I think I like gave London like one rewatch after I bought it, and then I haven't like watched it since. So that'll be it. Just sitting here, just knowing like that's what's coming out. That like
that's what I'm doing that week.
Pretty definitely, yes, seeing that.
Yeah.
Not like dying to see it.
There's also something called Overcomer scheduled that weekend. It looks like a religious movie, like the dude that did like Fireproof and Courageous like 10 years ago.
Oh boy, do I!
Yeah, he's got another one coming.
Yeah. I don't ever see any of those movies. I kind of like feel bad.
They're not bad. My wife likes those.
I remember when I forget where I was working, but we were in a break room and they had a TV and they had like regular cable and a movie was coming on and it was like this huge car chase with like these cops and like dude jumped out of a car and like started shooting at the cops and like we were sitting there like, what is this? Like we were like, this looks wild, and it was like that. I think it was the Courageous or whatever. It was like that.
Yeah, they're cops.
I just remember being like, oh, I was like, man, I should start watching these movies. He's probably sick.
He's got
like one of the got shot. He was like, no, you look at me, damn it, like you're gonna be okay. And I was like, look at him, you're gonna be fine.
Like this director, his name is Alex Kendrick. He's done like 4 movies. Like they're all pretty solid.
They always do well.
Yeah.
Like Fireproof came out, like I didn't even know what that was, but I remember like it doing really well to the point that I knew what it was. Like I was like, oh, damn. So that's gonna be on someone's radar.
Yeah.
It's not really on mine, unless it's like answer to a superhero movie or something like that. I'll be like, oh, they got him doing a comic book movie.
It'll probably end up getting like a 1,800, 2,200 theater release. I don't know if it'll come here, but I'll end up buying it for my wife.
Nice. Uh-huh.
So then,
nice.
Most anticipated for August.
Overcomer. Yes. Well, based on what we talked about, New Mutants might take it. I don't know.
I'm between Good Boys and Hobbs and Shaw.
Like, Hobbs and Shaw will probably end up being the biggest movie that month. But as far as like, my actual like built-in like hype, like what I'm actually excited for, I might say New Mutants, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like I don't even know for sure if it's coming out.
Yeah, just the delay, and then I don't want to put it on wax that New Mutants is my most anticipated August movie, and then it doesn't come out.
Yeah, so, if it's not New Mutants, I'll probably say Hobbs and Shaw, just as far as like that's the biggest movie, really. Like I'll probably be like, well, yeah.
I dig the cast for Hobbs and Shaw. I don't think it'll do anything to even acknowledge or further the Fast and Furious universe. But I think I'm gonna go with Good Boys. Good Boys just looks really funny.
It does. I'm still mad. Like that's what I said. Like I'm still mad. It's like there's no innocence in this world. No purity. It was bad enough he was in Predator, but like he was still like a sweet little kid in Predator. So
he was a little kid. Wasn't he disabled or something? So you really couldn't blame him for any of the chaos.
Something you felt sorry for him for. It was like, oh, they're bullying him.
Yep.
Jerks. Now in this one, he's gonna be like playing with dildos, and I'm like, oh, got it. Oh.
Yeah, man. So keep your schedule clear. 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna do like all in-game like expectations or predictions. I'm gonna hop up off here because I got to get my guy and talk about this NCAA tournament for the sports segment. And appreciate you jumping in, man.
Yes, sir. I will see you next time.
Yes, sir. All right, man, it's time for sports right now, man. You guys know this about me. I don't know hockey. I don't know baseball. So this is my rec league correspondent who knows all of that. My guy, Roberto. He was on, ironically, the last time he was on the pod was baseball playoffs and the start of the hockey season. flip that, it's hockey playoffs and started a baseball season now. So you say you want to go NHL Stanley Cup playoffs first, man. Go ahead, and then however you want to transition into baseball, man, it's your block.
Ready. All right. So I decided to write out the NHL format of how I'm going to talk in basically bracket style. We're going to start off with each individual matchup and who I think is going to win, and then progress all the way up until the Stanley Cup Championship. So we're going to start off with Calgary and Colorado. I'm picking Calgary because, I mean, clearly they were number one for a reason, and, well, Colorado was clearly wild card two for a reason. They struggled, but they were able to put their foot on the gas at the very end and clinch that wild card. It was a very tight race. So I'd have to go with, like I said, Calgary. Then we have the San Jose Sharks going up against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas didn't really impress me this year. They flew under the radar, but so did San Jose. But I'm seeing that they both had really good seasons, but nothing wow factor-ish. So this matchup doesn't seem that interesting to me, but I'll go Vegas just because I'm giving them that Stanley Cup luck from last year. I'll give them San Jose. So then we got Nashville versus Dallas. The matchup I'm looking forward to the most.
Be not biased, man. No homer.
Not just because Dallas, but this is the future Winter Cup. Not Winter Cup. The future Winter Classic. I don't know if many of you know what a Winter Classic is, but it's an outdoor game, and it's going to be held in Dallas. So I'm looking forward to that. And, well, Dallas and Nashville we've been building up an even bigger rivalry than we already had, and it's just getting bloodier and nastier each time we play. So this is going to be a playoff series. If you're not into hockey and you want to watch a match, this is going to be the matchup that I know will get you into hockey. And I'm going to go Dallas beating Nashville. Dallas overcame a lot of adversity this year, losing our starting goalkeeper for weeks at a time, basically playing with one line because all of our other players would get injured at the worst possible times. Well, we found a way to clinch with that number one wild card, and we were in play for the top three in the division. So I'm going to have to go with Dallas. Nashville was pretty good, but they didn't really impress me this year that much either with how much players they signed at the deadline. So I'll go Dallas. Winnipeg, St. Louis is the next matchup. St. Louis started off absolutely garbage. If you had asked me earlier on in the year if they were going to make the playoffs, I would have laughed. Were able to pull through, and I think won like 10 or 11. I think they set the record this year for most wins in a row. I think they won 12 in a row, and that's when they passed Dallas in that stretch. They have elite goalkeepers. Both of them are elite. So they're a team that I'm very scared of. And if I were to pick, I would love to play Winnipeg, considering we beat them in the season series. But I'm going to go St. Louis. St. Louis just has a thing for going up against Dallas. Now we're going to the Eastern Conference. We're going to start off with Tampa Bay versus Columbus. Columbus each year is the little team that could. I don't think they're very good, but they somehow clinch a playoff spot every year. But they never look good doing it. And they're always first one out, always a sweep. They're that team that makes it to the playoffs. First one out in a sweep.
Just to say they made it.
Considering Tampa Bay only lost like 14 or 15 games this year out of the entire season, I'm thinking Columbus is going to get the work done to them in an embarrassing fashion. Next would be Boston-Toronto. Toronto was everybody's pick this year to be the Stanley Cup champion. They didn't really impress me this year. After signing John Tavares, arguably one of the best forwards of this generation, they didn't look too hot. it's all plagued because their goaltending, isn't that great. So it's that team that can score, but they're going to get scored on a lot too. And sometimes if you run into a team with hot goaltending that can score, you're going to lose. That's why I think Boston will beat Toronto. Next up is Washington, Carolina. This right here is my upset pick. I'm going to go Carolina. I'm really excited to see what Carolina does in the playoffs this year. It's their first time in since about 5 years. And I have Carolina upsetting the former Stanley Cup champions. New York Islanders versus Pittsburgh will be the next matchup. I have Pittsburgh beating New York solely through experience. Pittsburgh has not looked good to me this year. New York has, but Pittsburgh just has all of that experience.
Matchups.
Plus they have Sidney Crosby. And as much as I hate to admit Sidney Crosby is a good player, the dude really can impress the hell out of me sometimes. He's that player, like the Tom Brady, you just don't want to root for, but you have to respect his game at this point. That's Sidney Crosby to me. All right. Next, the second round. Starting off with the West again. Calgary versus Vegas. I'd give Vegas the win again solely because Dallas swept Calgary this year, I think, or we won 3 out of 1 games. Calgary was a product of its division. They had the best record in the West, but it's because a lot of the teams they played a lot of times weren't that good. So that's why they have that hot record they just look like number 1 in the conference. But I think it's an inflated record, and I'd give Vegas the win solely because of Marc-Andre Fleury. He's an amazing goaltender. It's hard to get past that dude. Next would be Dallas, St. Louis. St. Louis always seems to get the better of Dallas. Recently, Dallas has won, I think, the last 4 or 5 matchups, but come playoff time, St. Louis is a completely different team, and I'm going to give it to St. Louis as much as it pains me to say that. Next would be the Eastern second round, which would be Tampa Bay Lightning at Boston. Tampa Bay is that team that is known for consistently being the best team and choking it all the way in the playoffs. For the past 4 or 5 years, they've been the best team, lights out, and they've always gotten knocked out second round. I'm going to give Tampa Bay the win over Boston. I don't see that happening to Tampa Bay this year. They're too dominant. Their goaltenders are dominant. Their fourth liners, which should be arguably just depth, look like all-stars. It's crazy. It's just really crazy how stacked that team is. Next would be Carolina-Pittsburgh. I'd give that Pittsburgh. I think Carolina is too unexperienced to stand in there with Pittsburgh. So I'd have my final 2 matchups of each conference, the Golden Knights versus St. Louis and the Tampa Bay Lightning versus Pittsburgh. I'd have to go St. Louis. Almost sneezed. I'd have to go St. Louis beating the Golden Knights. St. Louis's goalkeepers really will be the difference. St. Louis is a team that scores a lot, but they also have big scoring droughts, so that worries me about them, but their goalkeepers will always keep them in the game no matter what. And I'd have Tampa Bay beating Pittsburgh because, like I said, I don't see Tampa Bay fizzling out this year. Andrei Vasilevsky, I thought Tampa Bay was stupid for letting Ben Bishop go, who is now with the Stars. He is their elite goalkeeper. He's amazing, but he's old. It was out with the old and in with the new, and Vasilevsky really came in there and he took over that starting spot with authority. So he's too good for, I think, even Sidney Crosby to beat. I think Tampa Bay is going to beat Pittsburgh, and I would have to say St. Louis versus Tampa Bay will be my Stanley Cup final. And I'm going to go with Tampa Bay in a very close series. It's going to be one of those offensive series versus defensive series. And I think the offense is going to prevail. And I think Tampa Bay will shoot all over St. Louis. regardless of their goaltending and their defense. So I'm going to say Tampa Bay are my pick to win the Stanley Cup championship.
Okay. So I know we're like 2.5 weeks into the baseball season. I mean,
2.5.
You could talk about what you've seen already, what you like, letdowns, expectations, how you think your favorite team's gonna do, World Series predictions.
All right. Well, I mean, 2 weeks into the baseball season, still way early to tell. It's like watching Orlando win 10 straight at the beginning of the season and just knowing, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's always going to change. So right now, I've been noticing a trend that every great team last year is starting off very slow this year. Most notably, Boston. I think they've won like 1 or 2 games and lost like 7 or 8.
God.
There's a problem in Boston, but with 162 games to play, am I worried about them? No. Not at all. Not with Mookie Betts, not with JD, not with Benintendi. Their lineup is stacked. So I'm not worried about them. Another thing that's worrying me is my favorite team, Braves, are looking very, very mixed at the pitching spot. Our best pitchers seem to be hurt, and it seems that they're going to be hurt a long time. And our rookie pitchers are looking pretty decent, but they're not at that level yet. So we're getting bullied by big hitters, and it's not looking too good. And with how the Phillies have started off, only losing 1 or 2 games, it's pretty scary. I thought Bryce Harper was very overrated, and I thought that $300 million contract was a very, very big mistake.
He earning that shit, though.
He's proved me wrong so far. I have to say, he dropped a couple of bombs on my Braves. He dropped a couple of bombs on Washington, too, his former team, so
yeah, he's getting his SportsCenter. They was booing him and everything.
He got the revenge and the money, but I'd have to say I'm going to run through the National League, and I'm going to say the Phillies are my pick to make it to the World Series just based on how they've started. And in the American League, I want to give it to Houston because nobody in the American League is standing out right now to the point where I think they can hold a candle to Houston. So I'll go Houston. And I'd say no team in the National League right now can beat any AL champion because the designated hitter, I think the biggest con in all of baseball, is the biggest advantage to the American League. It's unfair to me, but that's how baseball's been since the 70s, so you can't change the rules up until, well, supposedly in like 2022 they're going to change it or something, but that just weirds me out. I don't know. I like pitchers having to hit. It's just funner that way instead of an entirely stacked team. But it's fairness, and I think once that comes into effect, the National League will start beating the American League more often than not in the World Series. But my picks are, the Houston Astros versus the Philadelphia Phillies, barring, nobody gets injured or whatever. This isn't a perfect baseball scenario. Yeah. Houston versus Philly, with Houston winning. I would have to say Carlos Correa, however you say it. I'm not too good with how to pronounce that. I'd have to say he's going to be the MVP, Houston Astros shortstop. He's that player that has every kind of talent in the world. And when he's at the absolute tip-top best of the season, ends up blowing his back or blowing his leg, and he misses 1 or 2 months and comes back rusty as all hell. So I think this year he's going to win the AL MVP. And as much as it pains me to say that it's not going to be either Freddie Freeman or Ronald Acuna, it's looking like Bryce Harper might be the NL MVP. But, I mean, I sure would hope so if you're worth $300 million.
Yeah. Playoffs, championships, MVPs. So that's what you're getting paid for.
In the American League, I mean, the MVP race is always super tight. There's always Mike Trout, but Mike Trout plays for a team that's never gotten him to the playoffs, so that's why I'm not going to include him, because I think MVP should should like contain at least playoff team player. So I can't really throw Mike Trout into that conversation unless he has arguably the best season of his life, or just everybody else doesn't look convincingly good doing
it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'd have to go Carlos Correa, at AL MVP.
Cool.
That's how it's looking for my NHL and MLB predictions. So anything else you want me to knock out or say?
Nah, that's it, bro. Like, you got an open invitation to come back whenever you want, man. All-Star break, NFL preseason, NBA preseason, man. Just let me know.
I got one more thing. Antonio Brown's being the biggest D-bag of all time.
We're going to talk about some NFL right quick.
I never thought I'd see the day where
off-season NFL drama.
Teammate, but that's pretty mad shit right there.
Juju is my guy.
He could have taken it. He could have taken it lower, but he chose to take the high road. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Juju's my guy right now. That's it.
Cool. I'm going to flip this real quick. My guy Orlando going to come on. We're going to touch upon the NCAA tournament real quick, man. Regular League Podcast. All right, man. Now we talking sports. I hope y'all enjoyed the movie segment, summer movie preview. We got my dog, Old Pizzle, Indianapolis resident, a.k.a. International O. You know, I'm not a college basketball guy. I watch a little bit here and there. But I want to get your thoughts on the whole NCAA tournament, the Final Four championship game, all of it. Who you think about to take it and everything? Surprises, letdowns, all of it.
Man, my bracket has been done since the Elite Eight. My bracket was stabbed. I don't even know what happened. Duke let me down. The one year I want Duke to win, or at least go to the Final Four. They don't make it, of course. I had UNC in my Final Four. I had Michigan in my Final Four. I had nobody left in my Final Four. But like, what can you do, man? This is March Madness. Now we're in the final. The championship game is tomorrow. So we got Virginia, Texas Tech. I don't think anyone had pegged to be in the championship game.
Nope.
Actually, I was just looking at it right now. This is the lowest over-under that's for the final in like 20 years. So it's going to be a low-scoring game. At least Vegas thinks it's going to be a low-scoring game. They have it at like 118.
Combined?
So 118 is like small, bro.
Yeah, that's like 60 some odd points apiece.
Yeah, 60. So that's like 63, 64 type of game.
I see the winner at least getting 80.
Yeah, so it's going to be a slow-paced, defensive-minded type of game. It's not going to be that exciting. But overall, I hope it's a good game.
Yeah.
So we had Zion, do his thing. Most points since most points from a freshman in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I think since Kevin Durant. I think it's since Kevin Durant. But we had John Morant from Murray State do his thing, have a triple-double. Carl Edwards from Purdue.
He was killing.
How you score 42 points and lose? I don't even want to talk about it. Virginia has been lucky out of the ass. I've never seen a more luckier team in terms of this sheer last-minute, last-second craziness happening to them. So they lucked their way into the finals. I don't think they're like the best team. I think this teams haven't been able to finish, but good on them.
Yeah.
After they went through last year, this is like the true meaning of perseverance and coming back after getting bounced out by a 16 seed last year. They're already, that's like a 180 right there. That's like dark and day. From the
first one seed to lose with 16 to the championship game, that's crazy.
Exactly, all in the year span. So, for anyone who is a sports fan, and can appreciate the struggles and have played sports throughout high school and college, I think we all can appreciate, the grind it's taken to get back to this spot, because they could have gone into some dark places, mentally. And so, good on them. I don't like them right now, but I appreciate their hustle. So,
got to.
And then to veer off, bro, we got Notre Dame and Baylor in the women's final. So
Notre Dame got to repeat that.
Yeah, so let's not sleep on the women's final, women's college basketball. Shout out.
Yeah.
We had Notre Dame versus UConn, and Oregon versus Baylor. It's actually some pretty good games. So, let's not sleep on women's basketball either. So,
hey man,
after
high school, I went to the Air Force. I didn't go to college, so I can be that dude that supports any Indiana school that's doing it.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hey, one second, real quick. I have to solve one real quick.
Don't want to, y'all know O, man. O is my guy, man. Don't want no dead space. Don't want no dead air on the podcast, man. Had to turn the stove down real quick. International O.
I was like, so I'm cooking. Let me.
Rec League podcast, man. We ain't professionals, but we know a little bit, just the whole court.
Hey, look, man. We all about the culinary. I gotta eat, man. I gotta eat, but I don't want to burn the house down either.
Oh, chefing it up, man.
He said, one black male dies doing podcasts while still.
Ain't no commercials in the pod.
Yeah, that's not how he wants to go down. But yeah, man. What else we got to chop it up about? What we got? Basketball.
Man, that's it, man.
The Lakers, man.
You got your
NFL draft coming up. Now.
You got your Stanley Cup playoff predictions. Yo, Major League Baseball just started. I'm
going for the whitest team.
The whitest team. You gonna close your eyes and throw a dart.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh Penguins.
All right. I don't even know if they in it.
I don't know if they are here, but
we'll go with the Montreal Canadiens.
The Canucks.
The Canucks. Vancouver Canucks.
Oh Lord,
but man,
what else, man?
That's my guy, man. If you done with college basketball, man, that's it. Like I said off air, we're gonna try to get you in for the NBA playoffs, because there's that Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday window before the NBA playoffs start that I want to get the predictions in. But then the next pod ain't for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna record it in that window, but we ain't gonna hear it until the second round probably started already.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Bet. Well, shit. I'll let you know when I'm free.
Yeah.
When I'm free.
Got the fire alarm on the Rec League pod.
Hey, man, look. I didn't wake up till 2 o'clock, man. I slept 10 hours.
I ain't even mad at it.
Man, what are we doing, bro?
What are we doing? Hey, we living, man. We living, man.
Yeah, man. But I'll try to chop it up with you before I leave, man. I go to like I said, I leave next Sunday, man. So I'll try to hit you up with a Spanish location, or shit, even Stockholm, man. So I'll try to see what's going on, bro.
For sure, man. You got any Instagram, Twitters that you want to plug, your photography pages or anything?
Yeah, man. Follow me on UAK_photography, or Mr. or my personal. I wish I hadn't really been on that much, but Mr. _UAK. Yeah, get at me on that. So
no doubt, man. It's Rec League podcast, man. When I come back, I'm gonna either come with some bars or I'm gonna come with some hip hop, man. Pay some respects and Nipsey Hussle or something, man. Stay tuned. Yo. It's been some words about me, and I must address the rumors. Doc went in my pipes, and he took out a tumor. It's been days upon stressing, man. Days just guessing, man. Just waiting for the answers. Come to find out that, yes, that shit was cancer. I've been known to clown, man. Been known to joke. Cancer took one look at Randy Little and ain't want no smoke. For a few days, man, life was a motherfucking drag. Couldn't control my faculties. Everything I drank flowed right into a bag. And then the catheter out. I'm backing her mouth. It's too fat for her mouth. She backing it out. Before cancer could beat me, fuck fucking right I beat it. At first I felt defeated, now a little more conceited. Taking that bitch out my bladder was all the treatment needed. And man, like as far as like hip hop, y'all know it's been a good 6 weeks in between episodes, man. But I feel like musically, nothing's happened. Nothing that I care about or care enough to talk about has happened in hip hop. So all I can really say for hip hop this episode, man, is just R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. It's real fucked up what happened. It's real fucked up what happened. And I'm not gonna fake like I'm a fan or like I've been bumping his music since he came out, because I haven't. But from the outpouring of love and grief and reaction, like he was a good dude. He wasn't just a rapper. Like he was in LA trying to make positive change, and he had intentions to help the community. Like it's a big loss for hip hop. It's a big loss for LA. It sounds like this dude was good, like so good that this was a bad loss for the world, man. Like if you out there and you was a Nipsey fan, just drop some of your favorite like moments from Nipsey Hussle, man. Voice message in the comments, whatever. I would definitely like to see some of that, man. Some of your favorite Nipsey music collaborations, tracks, albums, whatever it is, man. Thoughts, prayers, support goes out to Lauren London, to his kids. It's got to be the most horrific thing that any of them ever went through. So, and I can't even begin to put myself in their shoes and know how they feeling. But hopefully they got the support system and they got whatever they need to get through and know that it even sound like LAPD caught the dude who did it. Hopefully that dude get the chair, get life, suffer as much as he making all the Nipsey loved ones suffer. And it sounds like, I think like the wheels are still turning to meet the goals that Nipsey has set for that positive change that everybody's out there talking about, man. So I mean, that's it, man. 2.5 minutes on hip hop. Next episode, I want to, do in-game predictions. I want to probably talk about, I'll definitely talk about the NBA playoffs. I'm going to record after the season's over, but not before the playoffs start, so it'll be recorded ahead of time. And then we'll see what else I can cook up, man. I got a lot catching up to do and all of that mess, man. So just chill until the next episode.